जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयो तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our Radhastami, the divine appearance of Radharani's class. Radharani is said to be the female counterpart of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So today we pay obeisances to her by reciting her pranam mantra again. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. So it says that I pay obeisances to Radharani, who is Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi, whose complexion is Gaura, fair, like golden, molten gold. Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, who is Vrindavaneshwari, who is the only authority in Vrindavan. And who is Hari Priya, who is very dear to Lord Shri Hari. So in Gaudiya Parampara, our goal of our sadhana, our bhakti, our journey is Radhadasyam, to be ultimately be able to be servants of Radharani. So Radharani is, as we said, Vrindavaneshwari. She is queen. So she is our queen, our Rani, our Swamini. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur once he went to Radha Kund, so there with some of his disciples, and there he saw there was one devotee who was doing parikrama of Radha Kund. So one disciple of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj says to him that Maharaj, he is so sincere, he is such a good devotee of Radharani. But then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj says that no, actually, if you see, he is respecting, yes, he has respect for Radharani, but it is because she is very dear to Krishna. But the difference in us and him is that we serve Krishna, we worship Krishna because he is very dear to Radharani. So our goal is Radhadasyam. Yes, we try to study Bhagavad Gita, we try to be devotee of Krishna just like he demands in Bhagavad Gita and just like his devotees exemplify in Srīmad Bhāgavatam. We try to be Krishna's devotee, but whatever devotion we realize that whatever devotion we will develop for Krishna, it all comes from Radharani. It's just a drop of the ocean of love and devotion that Radharani has for Krishna, and from that ocean we are just begging to have a drop. So to glorify Nitya Kishori, Shriji, Priyaju, Vrindavaneshwari, Radharani on her appearance day is definitely greatest blessing, and I realize that I don't have any purity or any realizations or any understanding of Radharani's glories, but just as a service I have accepted it, and I just seek blessings from Radharani, Srila Prabhupada, entire Guru Parampara, and all of you Vaishnavas, so I can say a few words in glorification of Radharani today. So today I will try to glorify Radharani, but we know that nobody can fully understand the mood of Radharani. Even Krishna, Krishna says, Sarvasya chaham vidhi sannivishto mattah smriti jnanam apohanam cha vedescha sarve ahameva vidyo vedant vid. Vedanta krit ved vid eva chaham. Krishna says, I am the knower of all there is to be known. Ved vid. He knows everything. But even Krishna fails to understand the one thing, and that is the depth of ocean of love that Radharani has for him. So I will simply try and repeat what Acharyas have revealed to us about Radharani, and also, Acharyas give warning that we should not jump ahead of time in trying to understand Radharani. So, we are still reading second canto of Bhagavatam. So, we haven't even understood the Krishna Tattva completely yet. And after Krishna Tattva, we are supposed to enter into Radha Tattva and their Leela. Once we understand the Tattva, then we can enter into Leela. So, we understand that we are not yet ready yet, but we will just try and understand who Radharani is today. So Radharani is said to be a Gopaniya Tattva, a very confidential subject matter. Once when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was, he went to a pilgrimage of South India in Chaturmas, and he was staying at Venkat Bhatt's house. So they two were very close, so they were joking one day, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks Venkat Bhatt that how come your worshipable deity, so Venkat Bhatt is a Sri Vaishnava, follower of Ramanujacharya, so his worshipable is Lakshmi Narayan. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks him, how come your worshipable Lakshmi Devi, she is meant to be the most chaste woman in the entire creation. Then how come living Lord Vishnu, she was trying to enter the Ras Mandal, the Ras Leela. So then Venkat Bhatt says that, Krishna, Vishnu, they are all the same, so it must be in that mood. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, but then how come she was refused the entry? Lakshmi ji was not allowed to enter in the Ras Leela. So then Venkat Bhatt goes blank and he says, I cannot understand this. So he says a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 9.125. He says that, Ami jiva kshudra buddhi sahajya sthira Ishwarera Leela Koti Samudra Gambhira. That I am a Kshudra, I am an insignificant jiva, and my buddhi my intelligence is very limited, and on top of that my mind is very restless. So Ishwarera Leela, the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, they are so deep, like millions of Koti Samudra, millions of oceans together, they are deep like that. So I am simply unqualified. So he gives these three disqualifications of him, that he is a spirit soul. We know the size of spirit soul. Bhagavad Gita teaches us that it's 1/10,000th of the tip of hair. So we are Anu, and Krishna is ocean, so we can never understand even Krishna Tattva. So he says, I am Shudra, I am very insignificant Jiva, and then my buddhi is limited, and the depth of Radha and Krishna's pastimes is like an ocean. So I cannot understand. So similarly, that goes for me as well. I have no capacity to understand Radha Tattva, and that is my situation as well. In fact, Srila Prabhupada, he only gave 5 lectures on Radhastami, and in most of them, he does not even speak on Radharani. On Radhastami lectures, some lectures, Srila Prabhupada again and again talks about how we cannot understand Radharani. So he just, some classes, he just speaks about the Dehinosmin Yatha Dehi verse, how we are just the spirit souls, and we are not the body, and our goal is to be servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then in the end he will say something about Radharani. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, who is Kamal Manjari in Gogolok Vrindavan, he even says that when I came to 10th canto of Srimad Bhāgavatam, where Radha and Krishna's pastimes and their relationships are introduced, he says, when I entered there, even I got confused. So what to speak of us? So he says that only understanding of Radha Krishna pastimes I got is from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So our acharyas, Venkat Bhatt, Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, they are all warning us that we should enter into this Radha Tattva very systematically. First we should read, Srila Prabhupada has given a recommended order of reading his books. We should first read his small books, then we should study Bhagavad Gita systematically, and then we should study Srimad Bhāgavatam systematically, canto by canto. Then when we go from 1st canto to 9th canto, and we enter 10th canto, then we understand some of the aspects of Radha and Krishna's pastimes. And then Srila Prabhupada also insists that we all should give exams like Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav. So we get tested now and then of what we have actually absorbed from what we are hearing. And then when we pass through all this, then we enter in Chaitanya Charitamrita, and that is where our Gaudiya Acharyas, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, that is where he actually reveals something about Radharani. Once in 1969 in Boston, Srila Prabhupada, he was recovering from an illness, and he called his Back to Godhead team. So they came to meet him. So in the team there were Satswarup Maharaj, Jayadvaita Goswami Maharaj, and Hayagriva Maharaj, and Kirtananda Maharaj was already there. So then Prabhupada was trying to explain to them that what kind of topics you should and should not include in the Back to Godhead magazine, because that magazine was widely distributed even to very newcomers who have no idea about Krishna consciousness, even what is God. So there, Prabhupada tells them that when somebody, Prabhupada clearly tells them that they should not include anything from 10th canto in Back to Godhead magazine, because when somebody comes into Krishna consciousness, we need to take them through a 4-step process. The first step is awaken them. Most people in the world, they are living in blissful ignorance, and they don't even know the basic of spirituality, which is I'm the spirit soul, I'm not the body. So first we need to awaken them, and then we need to train them in the Vaishnava cultures, bring them to mode of goodness by introducing practices like wake up in the Brahma Muhurat, do Amangla Arati, read the scriptures. So like that, eventually when they come to mode of goodness, then there comes Abhidheya, Prayojan. So that is when they are ready to understand the Tattva, they come to Prayojan, and then after that there comes Leela. So after all this, then we can discuss Leela with them, and then they can have some absorption in the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So back to the conversation between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Venkat Bhatt. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains why Lakshmi ji was not able to, not allowed to enter in the Ras Leela. Because Lakshmi ji wanted to enter Ras Leela, she didn't want to leave her form as the goddess of fortune. She didn't want to leave her opulent clothes or her ornaments or things like that. So she was still attached to her position as goddess of fortune. But who can enter Ras Leela? Gopis. Gopis who have left, there is a verse in 10th canto, Pati Sutanvaya Bhratu Bandhava Ati Vilankyate Achyutagata. So they say that we have left everything. We have left our pati, our husband, our children, our ancestors, our bandhava, our family, their reputation, any consideration for anything, what will happen to us once we go back home. We have left everything and we have come to you, Krishna. So that is the position of gopis. They are ready to leave everything for Krishna. So those are the ones who can enter in Ras Leela of Krishna. But Lakshmi ji, as she was attached to her position, she could not enter. And that is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as well, he teaches us, Naham Varni, Nacha Narapati, that I am nobody, I am not a Grihastha, not a Brahmachari, not a Sannyasi. I am just Gopi Bhartu Padakamalayur Das Dasanu Dasa. So the ones who are ready to be servants, those are the ones who can enter in Ras Leela. So Gopi's Bhakti, Lakshmiji's Bhakti is Aishwarya Bhakti and Gopi's Bhakti is Madhurya Bhakti. So only by service, by being ready to leave everything for Krishna and making Krishna the first priority, only by that one can enter into Gopi Bhav, into Madhurya Bhav. So, and Radharani is the crown jewel of this Madhurya Bhav. So we can understand how we are so insignificant even in trying to understand something about Radharani. Even Srila Prabhupada was very reserved in talking about Radharani. In the preface of Krishna book, Srila Prabhupada writes that a lot of people in the Western world, when they see the book cover of Krishna book and when they see Radha and Krishna, they ask, who is this boy? So they say Krishna. Who is Krishna? He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And who is the girl next to him? So Prabhupada in the preface, he then describes everything about Krishna, who Supreme Personality of Godhead is, the creation, this and that, everything. But the second question, who is this girl next to him? Srila Prabhupada, until the end, he does not say anything about that. Because Prabhupada was careful that we don't become Prakriti Sahajiyas. Prakriti Sahajiyas means those who take the dealings between Radha and Krishna cheaply. Cheaply means because we think from our point of view, our vision is limited. So we think the loving exchanges between Radha and Krishna are similar to the dealings between the boy and girl in this world. So that is what is called Prakrit Sajiya. So Prabhupada was very careful that we don't become that. And that's why Prabhupada said to understand Radharani is a matter of Rag Marg. But first we have to go through Vidhi Marg. We have to follow the rules and regulations. We have to do our sadhana, our chanting of 16 rounds. We have to study the scriptures. So we have to follow a Vidhi Marg, a prescribed marg. And that is, and after we do all that, then there is some possibility then we can come to the Raga Marg. We can develop some Raga, some Anurag, some attraction towards Krishna. So, and we are trying to develop Anurag, but we don't have it. So that is why what we need to do at this stage is just follow our Vidhi Marg. So Prabhupada was, he was telling that it is like trying to understand Radharani prematurely is like somebody who is in kindergarten and wants to sit in the exam for a master's degree. But Prabhupada also, he was reserved about talking about Radharani, but he also glorified. He also established Radharani's position as the one who is superior to Krishna, one who is even the controller of Krishna. Also, Prabhupada's attraction for Radharani, we can see, because every class Prabhupada gave, before the class he sings Jai Radha Madhav. And that is something new in our tradition. No other acharyas before Srila Prabhupada has done this. And in some lectures when Prabhupada was talking about singing this Jai Radha Madhav bhajan, just after 2 lines Prabhupada would just go into trance, and for a few minutes there will be silence, and after that when Prabhupada comes back into external senses, he would say, just sing Hare Krishna. So Prabhupada obviously had anurag, love, attraction for Radharani. And we know that when he was young, his father, Gaur Mohan Dey, he used to invite the saints in their house and pray to them that please pray for my son, that he becomes a great devotee of Radharani. So that Prabhupada did become. And Prabhupada also, after we read all this Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhāgavatam, when we come to Chaitanya Charitamrita, he has given elaborate, deep, very detailed descriptions about Radha Tattva, Krishna Tattva, and their Leela. But for that we have to go through this process. Once Srila Prabhupada asked someone, so who is greater? In the whole creation, who is the greatest? So the person said, obviously Krishna is the greatest. Prabhupada said no. So then that person said, maybe Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Prabhupada said, now you are half right, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is half Radha and half Krishna. So because half Radha is there, that is why you are right. So Prabhupada said, the greatest personality in the whole creation is Radharani. So why we say Radharani is Gopriya Tattva? Because even Srimad Bhāgavatam keeps her hidden. Srimad Bhāgavatam has 18,000 verses, but Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that, before that I'll share something about Uttara and Parikshit Maharaj. After Parikshit Maharaj hears the entire Srimad Bhāgavatam, then Uttara comes and asks him, so what did you hear from Shukdev Goswami? Then Parikshit Maharaj says that interesting part was that Srimad Bhāgavatam is trying to teach us bhakti, and talks about bhaktas, all the devotees, but in the entire Bhagavatam, there was no mention of the topmost devotee Radharani. Even, there were chapters and chapters full of glories of gopis, but not even one gopi's name was revealed in Srimad Bhagavatam, and let alone Radharani. But that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that Shukdev Goswami, he is a Rasik Bhakta, topmost Rasik Bhakta. So he has so much love for Radharani that he knew that if he utters, even if he one time utters the name of Radharani, then he will go into trance, into Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and then he won't come back into his senses for a few days, even months. And remember, Parikshit Maharaj has only got 7 days to pass the essence of life, the goal of life to Parikshit Maharaj in the time he has. That's why Shukdev Goswami refrains from taking Radharani's name. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur reveals that there is one verse where he cannot help himself. So indirectly he does give a hint of Radharani's name in Bhagavatam verse 10, 30, 28. So he says that Anaya Radhito Nunam Bhagavan Haririshvara Yanno Vihaya Govinda Prito Yaman Vatsaham. So that verse means that so this verse comes in the Ras Leela portion of 10th canto, where Krishna was playing Ras Leela with all the gopis, and suddenly gopis realized that Krishna has left, he has disappeared from the Rasastali. So then gopis, they discuss among themselves they go out to look for Krishna. So they see the footprints of Krishna, and along with Krishna's footprints, they see footprints of a girl. So then they say these words, that who that girl may be. So they say this particular gopi whose worship for Krishna surpasses the worship of all of us. It must be her. Anaya Aradhitu Krishna. So the one whose worship, who is the topmost towards Krishna, that is Radha. So indirectly he gives some hint about Radharani. So that's why Gopi say that it must be that Gopi, that particular Gopi, because of him he has left all of us and he has disappeared from here into some secluded place. So that's why for us, for Gaudiyas, it is Chaitanya Charitamrita that reveals Radha Tattva to us. So knowledge about Radharani, her relationship with Krishna, her relationship with her gopis and her sakhis and her manjaris and her mood of service, all these are expanded in detail in Chaitanya Charitamrita only. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he discusses this Radha Tattva in very detail with us, how she came in existence, what her glories are and what glorious position she has. But there is again and again this warning that the dealings between Radha and Krishna, they are not the ordinary dealings between what we understand love, the ordinary dealings between a boy and a girl. So there is a danger that one may be curious to know about Krishna, but one is not sincere or paripakwa, mature enough to understand who is Radharani. So there is this danger that they will take this tattva very cheaply or very lightly. In Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila 4.98, they reveal who is Radharani. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami reveals who is Radharani. So he says that Radha Krishna aiche sada ekahi swarupa Leelara aswadite dhare toi rupa. That Radha Krishna always are one only. They are ekahi swarupa. They are one and the same, but just Leelara aswadite dhare dui rupa. Just to do asvadan of Leela, just to taste the mellows of loving exchanges of Madhurya Ras. That is why they become two. They take two forms. So God is one person, Krishna, Ekala Ishvara Krishna, Arasapapritya. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Mattaha parataram nanit kinchit asti dhananjaya. There is nobody superior to me. So God is one. He is only one person. But Leelara aswadite, just to taste the loving exchanges, that is why he takes two forms. So the same supreme person, the same supreme male, Adi Purush, the original male, he expands into a female and a male to taste the pastime, to enjoy the loving exchanges. So that supreme male becomes a supreme female as well, but they are not two, they are not separate, they are one and the same only. And just like we desire to enjoy in this world, so that desire is there to enjoy, is there in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna also. But when he wants to enjoy, he cannot enjoy with ordinary jivas. So that's why he expands his pleasure potency. So Radharani is the personification of his pleasure potency. So that is who he can enjoy with. So that is why Radharani comes into existence, because Krishna has this desire to enjoy. Srila Prabhupada writes in the book Teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that without Radha there is no Krishna, without Krishna there is no Radha, and if there is no Radha, then for Krishna there is no Leela, there is no pastimes, there is no ras for Krishna left there. So in our Gaudiya Parampara, in our understanding, name of Supreme Lord is not Krishna, name of Supreme Lord is Radha Krishna. So Krishna is self-sufficient, he is Atmaram, he is self-satisfied, he does not need anyone else to give him pleasure, but he wants to taste the loving exchanges. So that's why he becomes Radha as well, and he enjoys with the personification of his pleasure potency. So they are one, and they are not separate. And Brahmaji explains this oneness in Brahma Samhita as well. In Brahma Samhita 5.37, he says that Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibha Vibhavis Tabhiriya Eva Nijarupataya Kalami Goloka Eva Nivasatya Kilatma Bhuto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Vachami. So he is using one word in the second line, Nija Rupa, his own form. Radha Krishna is one only, but they become two. Why? Normally we see, in our Bollywood songs or in some love songs or some even bhajans, we see the mood is that we are two, but we want to become one. So this person is one, but why does he become two? So, because love needs two components. In love, there has to be an alamban and uddipan. Alamban means the people who relish love, the people who are in love, and uddipan means the things that ignite love, that encourage love, that excite them for love. So, for love, there has to be alamban and uddipan. So, in that alamban is also twofold. In Alamban, there is one Ashray and there is one Vishay. Ashray is the shelter of love and Vishay is the object of love. So Radharani is the shelter of love for Krishna and Krishna is the object of love for Radharani. So Radha is the one who gives love and Krishna is the one who receives love. And that word Nijarupa, what does that Nijarupa word mean in Brahma Samhitas? It's very clear that Brahmaji is saying that I bow down to that Supreme Personality, that Adipurush, original personality, original male, who eternally lives, Goloka eva nivasitten akhilatma bhuto, who eternally lives in Golok Vrindavan, his eternal abode, with Nijarupa, with his own form Radharani. And he enjoys their Ananda Chinmaya Rasa. So he enjoys the happiness eternally there with Nijarup, with his own form Kalabhi, and along with her Kalas. So Kalas are expansions of the bodily form of Radharani. So that is what Gopis are. That's why the mood of Radharani and the mood of Gopis is the same. To love Krishna in Madhurya Ras. And Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 4.96 again it explains us that Radha and Krishna are the same. So there Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami reveals that Radha Purna Shakti Krishna Purna Shakti Mana Dui vastu bheda nahi shastra pramana. That Radha is Purna Shakti, she is the full power, full potency, and Krishna is Purna Shaktiman, the most powerful, the full powerful person. Dui vastu bheda nahi, there is no difference between these two tattva, and that is shastra pramana. That is what scriptures gave evidence of. So just like in there, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila first chapter, Adilila fourth chapter, where it is explained why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, incarnated. And there Radha Tattva is explained in so many details. Actually, when I went through that chapter, I was like, which verse I should choose to speak on, because they are all revealing more and more confidential details about Radharani. So, this whole week, since I knew that I am going to give this class, I have been so overwhelmed in kind of anxiety, because there is so much that we don't know about Radharani. but Krishna willing, eventually, as we progress in our study of Srimad Bhāgavatam, one day we will reach there as well. So there further, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains that just like fragrance cannot be separated from the musk, just like sunlight cannot be separated from sun, they are the same. They complement each other. So similarly, Radha and Krishna can never be separated. They were never two different persons. So when we are trying to understand Radha Tattva, there are two aspects. There is Tattva and there is Leela. So Tattva is, yes, Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arasava Bhritya. Krishna, there is only one God, everyone else is Bhritya, servants. But for Leela, there is two people. For Leela, he expands and he becomes Radharani as well. For Leela, because the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Ajo Nityam, is unborn. But he does take birth. He does become the son of Yashoda and Nand Maharaj to relish Vatsalya Bhav. To relish Sakhya Bhav, he does become the innocent, naughty friend of the cowherd boys. And to relish Madhurya Ras, he does become the beloved of Radharani and Gopis. Jai Shri Shri Radhagiri Govardhandari Ki Jai. So, Chaitanya Charitamrita reveals to us that Radharani is Ahladini Shakti. So, Ahladini Shakti, where we read that verse, Radha Purna Shakti. So, Krishna is Shaktiman. He has so many potencies, unlimited potencies. But Acharyas, for our understanding, they have classified these unlimited potencies of Krishna into three categories. So, potencies of Krishna, the first category is internal potency. He is Antaranga Shakti. He is Swarupa Shakti. So, that is Krishna's spiritual energy. So, this energy manifests the spiritual world for Krishna, Goloka Vrindavan, Vaikuntha planets. So, Krishna, it is said that Natasya Karyam Karanam Cha Vidyate. When Krishna wants to get something done, he does not have to do Karya, he does not have to work. He just has desire and then he has potencies within him that carry out the Karya. So he has this Antaranga Shakti, spiritual energy that manifests the spiritual world. And one example of this Antaranga Shakti is Yoga Maya, so spiritual illusion. So what she does is she arranges everything for Lord's Leela, and she arranges the loving exchanges between Radha, Krishna and the gopis. For example, when Krishna appeared in the prison cell, it was Yoga Maya who covered, who facilitated that Leela. Then she mystically opened all the bondages and gates of the prison cell, and she put everyone to sleep. So nobody realizes that Vasudevji is taking Krishna from the prison cell to Gokul. So this is what Yoga Maya does, facilitates Krishna's Leelas. So she also covers God's majesty. She makes everyone forget that God is God. So like in Vrindavan, Mother Yashoda, even though she sees the whole universe in Krishna's mouth, she, after a while, she forgets. So Yoga Maya is the one who makes her forget that Krishna is God. She is the one who makes the friends, Gopas, forget that Krishna, they don't even realize that Krishna is God. So like that, she makes one forget the godhood of God. And because she does that, that is why we have these leelas that Mother Yashoda binds Krishna with the rope, gopis are chastising Krishna, and the gopas, the coward friends, they are wrestling with Krishna. If they feel that Krishna is God, then none of these leelas would come into place. So first potency of Krishna, first category is Antaranga Shakti, internal potency. The second is Bahiranga Shakti, external potency. So that is also an expansion of the internal potency, but it is a perverted reflection of internal potency. What internal potency does is it helps Krishna manifest the material world. So example of internal potency is Mahamaya. In Brahma Samhita as well, Brahmaji reveals Shrishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha Chaye Yasya Bhuvana Divivarti Durga. So Chaya, she is a perverted reflection of the original internal potency. And she facilitates Srishti, creation, Sthiti, maintenance, and Pralaya, annihilation, on behalf of Krishna, because she is Chaya, as a shadow of Krishna, as the shadow of Krishna's original spiritual potency, she works. So that is Mahamaya, and her role is corrective role. So she keeps everyone in the material world in discipline. The jivas who are rebellious, who have forgotten Krishna and their relationship with Krishna, their position as servant of Krishna, to them she keeps them bound by the three modes of material nature. So she keeps them bound. She's Durga, so she keeps them bound in the Durga of the prison cell of this material world. If you remember, Yogamaya covers the godhood of God. Mahamaya covers the understanding for Jiva of their position. So they forget that I am servant and Krishna is God under the influence of Mahamaya. And then there is third potency, that is marginal potency, Tatastha Shakti, and that is us, all the Jivas. So Tat means, if we imagine an ocean, so there is water portion, there is sand portion, and there is one line where water and sand are meeting. So that is called Tat. So that is where we Jivas are situated. So we can either go towards internal potency, spiritual potency, or we can go into material, external potency. So if we decide to turn towards Krishna, then this internal potency, Radharani, Bhakti, then she helps, she facilitates that Bhakti for us and she takes us towards Krishna. But if we decide to turn away from Krishna, then she takes us further and further down and keeps us bound in the cycle of birth and death. So we are marginal potency, Tatastha potency. So we say that Krishna's spiritual energy is Tatastha Shakti, internal potency. So this internal potency also, it has three portions, and that also is revealed in Chaitanya Charitamrita as well. There is a verse. So remember, Krishna is Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. Sat, Chit and Anand. Eternal, he is eternal, he is full of knowledge, and he is blissfulness. So these three represent three Shaktis in three internal potencies. So Sat is represented by Sandhini Shakti, Chit is represented by Samvit Shakti, and Anand is represented by Alhadini Shakti. So all the pleasure that Krishna feels, all the pleasure, all the spiritual pleasures that all the jivas feel, and even all the material pleasures that all the jivas feel, it all comes from this Alhadini Shakti. All the ahlad, all the happiness, anand that ever exists in this creation comes from this Alhadini Shakti of Krishna, and Radharani is the personification of this Alhadini Shakti. So, for us, it may be a little bit difficult to understand how Shakti is a person. For example, I have Shakti to lift this bottle. So you can see the effect of my Shakti, that I lifted the bottle. But you cannot see that Shakti portion. But in Golok Vrindavan, everything is animate. Nothing is jad matter in Golok Vrindavan, spiritual world. So everything is a person. A mountain is a person, river is a person, for example, Govardhan. Govardhan is said to be a person, a devotee, Haridas Varya. Varya, the topmost devotee, because he is the one who provides grass for the most beloved jivas of Krishna, Gomata. So that's why he is the topmost devotee. So he is also a person. River, Yamunaji, she is also a person. In Pushtimarg, they have a very exalted position for Yamunaji. And even Krishna's vastra, his abhushan, his ornaments and everything, they are also a person. So they are called a personality called Ananga, who enhances the beauty of Krishna. So that is possible in spiritual world, in proximity of Krishna, because he is Sat Chit Ananda personified. So in his proximity, it is possible that everything is a person. So that's how, it's not difficult to understand that how come his pleasure potency is a person. Because he is Krishna, that's why his potency can be a person. And as we mentioned that verse from Brahma Samhita, Srishti Sthiti, so Radharani is also Durga. So we just discussed this internal, external and Tatastha Shakti. So just like sun produces sunlight and heat. So sunlight nourishes us, and heat is scorching, heat burns us sometimes. So similarly, a mother will sometimes caress the child, but sometimes she will be strict and she will punish the child to discipline. So similarly, when Jiva wants to turn to Krishna, the same Shakti appears as Radharani to facilitate that bhakti. She is sweet, she is compassionate, she is merciful, just like the mother when she is caressing the child. So she engages Jiva in bhakti. She provides more and more service opportunities to Jiva. So they more and more realize that I am the servant by doing the service. But when the Jiva wants to turn away from Krishna, the same Shakti becomes Durga with a trident. So her trident represents the threefold material miseries, Adi Daivik, Adi Bhautik, Adi Atmik. So by keeping them engaged in those kind of miseries, that is how she is trying to correct them. But she is also the same merciful mother, but she has taken the role of the discipline maker. So Radha is Durga as well. The Durga, as we said, she is the chaya, perverted reflection of the original potency Radharani. Our Acharya, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he said that actually us Gaudiyas are better Shaktas. We are the real Shaktas. Shaktas are the ones who worship Shakti, different forms of Shakti. The names may be different, but forms of Shakti. So he explains that when Shaktas worship Shakti, their mood is that they want to get something. They want to get a good job or a good wife or a good husband. They want some material benedictions, material benefits, and that is why they worship Shakti. But us Gaudiyas, we worship the original Shakti and we worship her selflessly. We don't want anything from Radharani. We just want to selflessly serve her. We just want her to somehow accept us as her servants. So Gaudiyas are real Shaktas, our Acharyas say. And all the consorts of Krishna, they come from her. Sometimes, those who are very naive, very premature in understanding these dealings of Radha and Krishna, they will ask questions like, if the love between Radha and Krishna is so deep, then why is he doing Ras Leela? Why is he exchanging the same love with gopis? And why is he marrying not even one, 16,108 other women? If their love is so deep, why? So the reason is that they are all Radha. So why? How? There is a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita 4.83. I will quickly try and read 4.83. देवी कृष्णमयी प्रोक्ता राधिका परदेवता सर्वलक्ष्मीमयी सर्वा कांति सम्मोहिनी परा. Translation by Krishna Kripamurti, His Loving Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The transcendental goddess Srimati Radharani is the direct counterpart of Lord Shri Krishna. She is the central figure for all the goddesses of fortune. She possesses all the attractiveness to attract the all-attractive personality of Godhead. She is the primeval internal potency of the Lord. So there it is said, Devi Krishna Mai Prokta Radhika Para Devata. So just like Krishna is the source of all the expansions and all the incarnations. And when we studied in first canto, that verse, Ete Chamshakala Krishna, Ete Chamshakala Pumsa Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Then we understood the incarnations and expansions of Krishna, how all the incarnations, Rama, Vishnu, Krishna, and all different kind of incarnations, Leela Avatar, Manvantar Avatar, Guna Avatar, all this kind of incarnation, everything comes from Krishna. Similarly, Radhika Para Devata. So, similarly, Radharani is the source of all consorts of Krishna. So, when Krishna becomes Vishnu, she becomes Lakshmi. When Krishna becomes Ram, she becomes Sita. When even Krishna becomes Shiva, he is the one who becomes Durga. So all the incarnations are expansions of Krishna, and all the female counterparts are expansions of Radharani. So just like Krishna is father of all the jivas, eternal father of all the jivas, Radharani is the eternal mother of all the jivas. And even though Acharyas warn that we cannot address her as mother, because she is Nitya Kishori, she is always that youthful young girl. So we talked about Radhika Paradevata, and then it says Sarva Lakshmi Mai Sarva. So she is Sarva Lakshmi Mai. All the Lakshmis, all the goddesses of fortune, all the consorts, they are divided into three kinds. The first kind is Lakshmi Gan. So all the goddesses of fortune. The second type is Mahishi Gan. So all the queens of Dwarka, and the Vraj Gopi Gan. All the gopis, the cowherd girls, the milkmaids, the damsels in Vrindavan, they are all Radha only. So they all came from Radha only, but just because Krishna wants to relish loving exchanges, that is why there are so many different personalities. And then the verse said, so we talked about Sarva Lakshmi Mai. So Sarva Lakshmi Mai has two meanings. One meaning is that, as we discussed, she is the source of all the consorts of Krishna, and also means that Sarva Lakshmi, all the opulences, just like Krishna has all the opulences, and that's why he is called Bhagavan. So she is Sarva Lakshmi Mai. So all the Lakshmi, all the six opulences, the beauty and for fame and fortune, the renunciation, wealth, knowledge, everything, just like Krishna has all of those fortunes, Bhagam, Lakshmi, Radharani also has all of them. That's why she is Sarva Lakshmi Mai. So Sarva Lakshmi Mai means she is the source of all the Lakshmis, and she has all the Lakshmis. Sarva Kanti. So Sarva Kanti means all the beauty that there is in the world, it comes from her, and all the Lakshmis, all the Sarva Lakshmis, they derive all the beauty they have from Radharani. And if we start to talk about Radharani's beauty, there is so many deep descriptions about that. We just constantly cry if we even go there. So that's why the verse is Radhika Paradevata. She is the supreme goddess. She is the one who is the most worshipable by everyone, and she is the one who protects everyone. And in one of the verses here, it is described that Radharani is Mahabhavami. So Adilila 4.69 says, Mahabhava Swarupa Shri Radha Thakurani Sarva Guna Khani Krishna Kanta Shiromani. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Shri Radha Thakurani is the embodiment of Mahabhav. She is the repository of all good qualities and the crest jewel among all the lovely consorts of Lord Shri Krishna. So she Mahabhav. Mahabhav means she is the embodiment of the highest love that anyone can ever experience for Krishna. So that's why she is Mahabhav Swarupa. And she is Krishna Kanta Shiromani. So of all the lovers of Krishna, she is the Shiromani. She is the topmost. And Sarva Guna Khani. Khan means mine. So she is the mine of all the good qualities that can ever exist. I think in respect of time, I'll have to skip a few details. I don't know. So how she appeared in Golok Vrindavan. So it is described that once Krishna was sitting on Ratna Simhasan in the Rasamandal in Golok Vrindavan, and there a desire arose in him to enjoy the loving exchanges. So from that desire, straight away next to him, Devi appeared, who was so effulgent and so beautiful, and there is paragraphs and paragraphs of narrations of her beauty. But she was so beautiful that millions of moons, the effulgence from her puts shame to the effulgence from millions of moons, and her beauty was more than the autumn lotus flower. In the autumn, the lotus flower blossoms really well. So her beauty was even better, surpassing all that beauty. So that Devi appeared right next to him, and as soon as she appeared, she looked at Krishna and she smiled, and her teeth, they were like shining pearls. And as soon as she looked at Krishna, she realized that she has come into existence to give pleasure to Krishna. And when she realized that, a desire arose in her to serve Krishna. And then what she did, first thing she did after appearing is that she ran. She ran to get some flowers for Krishna so that she can offer them to him and serve him in that way and please him. So there are some reasons given why her name is Radha, because because she appeared from Ras Mandal, so first letter Ra, and because she appeared to give pleasure to Krishna, so pleasure means Raman. So first letter of her name is Ra, and Dha means in Sanskrit, Dha Dhatu means to run. So that's why second letter of her name is Dha. So that's one explanation of why her name is Radha. Second explanation comes from that verse, Anaya Radhito verse from Bhagavatam, that her Aradhana, her worship to Krishna surpasses the worship of everyone, all the gopis, all the jivas. That's why she is Radha. Third explanation comes because she appeared on the Ashtami of the Shukla Paksh of Bhadra, the 8th Tithi of the bright fortnight in the month of Bhadra. So, Jai Shri Radha Girivardhan Jai Ki Jai. When we sit in front of deities, can I please request we sit respectfully? Yes. So at the time she appeared, that was the nakshatra, her Janma nakshatra was Anuradha. So that's why from Anuradha also she gets the name Anuradha, Radha. So we just talked about some reasons why her name is Radha, and why she appeared how she appeared in Bhulok Vrindavan as well. Before she appeared, she put some condition before Krishna. So Krishna reveals to her that now time has come that I have to go on Bhulok Vrindavan. So on Bhulok, then Radharani says, how can you go? What will I do without you? So Krishna says, then come, you also come along with me. And she says, no, but there is no Vrindavan there is no Govardhan there is no Yamuna there. So how can I even, I cannot live there without all of this. So then Krishna says, I knew that, and I have already arranged that they have already appeared on Golok Vrindavan. Some portions of our Golok Vrindavan have already appeared on Golok. Our Yamunaji, our Govardhanji, they have all already appeared. So that was the condition Radharani put that she will, how she will appear in Golok Vrindavan. Then there is descriptions not in Srimad Bhāgavatam but in Padma Puran. There are descriptions that when Radharani appeared just outside, we have such a beautiful decoration of how Vrishabhanuji, he was living in Raval, and in the early morning, in the Arunodaya Veda, he goes to have a bath in Yamunaji, and there he shows some mysterious effulgence coming from a lotus. So he thinks that this must be a very mystic lotus, so he goes close. And then he sees that the effulgence is not coming from the lotus. There is a little girl from her face, this effulgence is coming. So then, he wonders who this personality might be. So first of all, Radharani, just like Krishna, did not appear from Garbha. So she did not take birth, she appeared. That's why we say Avirbhav, they appear, they do not take birth. So then Vrishabhanuji waited and somebody comes to take her, but no one appeared, and then he was worried that if I leave her alone here, who knows what will happen. So then he takes her and puts her in the lap of Mother Kirtida. And then Mother Kirtida is very happy because they were childless for a very long time, just like Nand Maharaj and Yashoda Maya. But when she sees her, she's on one side she's very joyous to have a girl child, but then she is very scared, worried, because this girl does not move much, she does not open her eyes, she's not crying, anything like that, like ordinary children do when they take birth. But then there are long descriptions, but I think we will have to keep it short. So then when Vrishabhanuji and Kirtida arranged for celebration of her appearance, there is grand celebration, there is music, there is dance, there is flower decorations, and then their very close friends, Nand Maharaj, Yashoda Maya, Rohini Mother, Balramji, they all also come along to celebrate. And when Krishna, so he was crawling by then, so Krishna crawls to the Ratna Jadit, what do we call in English? Cradle, where Radharani was sleeping. So Krishna, he climbs, and when he touches her face, she realizes that this is my beloved, and she opens her eyes for the first time. So this shows that Radharani only exists for Krishna. If there is no Krishna, she doesn't even want to open her eyes. And then she straight away she starts crying as well, and then everyone is happy that their most beautiful daughter can see and can hear and can cry, and there is nothing, there is no issues with her. And then eventually they move from Raval to Barsana, and also Nand Maharaj moves from Gokul to Vrindavan because of the disturbances created by all the demons that comes. They used to send now and again Even though Krishna used to kill them, Krishna was safe, but they were, under the influence of Mahamaya, thinking that they have to protect Krishna. So they moved to Vrindavan as well. There is one description in not in Srimad Bhāgavatam. It is in Govinda Lilamrita, and it is referred by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in Srimad Bhāgavatam in one of the verses, that Radharani is even Guru of Krishna. Usually Krishna is the Adi Guru. Everyone is the source of all the knowledge that ever exists, as we said, Vedanta Krit, Ved Eva Chaham. But Radharani is even Guru of Krishna. So in this Govinda Lilamrit, there is a prasang, there is a pastime where one gopi, she is looking for Krishna and she asks Vrinda Devi. Vrinda Devi is coming from somewhere and this gopi meets her and gopi asks her, so where are you coming from? So Vrinda Devi says, I'm coming from the feet of Krishna. So she says, so where is he right now? And Vrinda Devi says, he is in the forest next to the flower groves near Radhakund. So Gopi asked Vrinda Devi, what is he doing there? So Vrinda Devi says, he is learning something. So Gopi says, who is there who can teach him something? Then Vrinda Devi says that our Nataraj, the master of all the Nritya Kala, all the art of dancing, he is learning the art of dancing from Radharani and she is making him dance on her tune. So Radharani is even teacher, even Guru of Krishna. And we think Radharani's, we mostly hear about Radharani's Madhurya Leela. But Radharani has some Aishwarya Leelas as well. So there is one description, there was one demon named Kal Nemi and he had two sons. What was the name? Harshan and Marshan. So they were reciting Vishnu Sahasranam Stotra. So they had become very powerful and they were torturing all the humans and devatas and gandharvas and all of them. So Lord Indra goes to Lord Brahma to request to kill this demon, two brothers, Harshan and Marshan. But Lord Brahma says that they recite Vishnu Sahasranam, so they have protection of Lord Vishnu. I cannot do anything to them. They go to Lord Shiva, he says the same. But then they go to the entrance of Golok Vrindavan and they recite some Shruti mantras. So then Radharani gets pleased by hearing their prayers, and Radharani invokes her Sudarshan Chakra. So she has her own Sudarshan Chakra. She's not like Krishna's Sudarshan Chakra she's borrowing. She has her own Sudarshan Chakra, she invokes it and then orders the Sudarshan Chakra to go and kill these two demons. So just like we said, for Krishna, Nadasya Karyam Karanam Cha Vidyate. So he is the topmost. For him to do anything, he does not have to actually do it. Even though to give us aswad of Leela, he does kill demons when he appears as Krishna, but he does not have to. He can even send Sudarshan Chakra and kill any jiva. So similarly, same goes for Radharani. So this is her Aishwarya Leela because she is Ishwar. And Lord Shiva, we cannot not mention how he describes the Ishwarya of Radharani, how she is the Ishwari. So Lord Shiva says, Makheshwari, Kriyeshwari, Swadheshwari, Sureshwari, Triveda Bharatishwari, Pramana Shashaneshwari, Rameshwari, Kshameshwari, Pramoda Kananeshwari, Vrajeshwari, Vrajadipe, Shri Radhike Namostute, Shri Radhike Namostute. So Lord Shiva says, she is the Ishwari, she is the Swamini of Makha. Makha means all the Vedic sacrifices. She is the Swamini of all the pious activities. She is the Swamini of all the spontaneous and natural emotions, activities, Swadha, everything that happens Swadha, naturally. She is Sureshwari. She is the Swamini of all the demigods and goddesses. Triveda Bharateshwari. She is the Swamini of all the Vedic knowledge. Pramana Shashaneshwari. She is the Swamini of the implementation of all the cosmic laws. Sashan. She is Rameshwari. She is the Swamini of all the Ramas, all the goddesses of fortune. Kshameshwari, she is the Swamini of all the forgiveness. Pramod Kananeshwari, she is the Swamini of Vrindavan that gives Pramoda, pleasure to Krishna. She is Vrajeshwari, Vrajadipe, she is the only authority of Vraja, Vrindavan. And that's why Lord Shiva says, Shri Radhike Namostute. Then I bow down to Shri Radhika. And on Radharani's appearance day, it is said that we must recite this Radha Kripa Kataksha Stotra and attract her mercy. So she is Ishwari, she is the female supreme goddess who is worshipped by all the greatest personalities. So Lord Shiva goes on to say who all worship Krishna, Radharani. So he says, Ananta Koti Vishnu Loka Namra Padma Charchite Himadrija Pulomaja Virinchi Javara Prade Apara Siddhi Riti Dikta Satpadanguli Nakhe Kada Karishyasi Hamam Kripa Kataksha Vajanam Kada Karishyasi Hamam Kripa Kataksha Vajanam. So Lord Shiva says, he mentions Padmaja. Padmaja means the one who is born of Padma, lotus. So we know that at the beginning of creation, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, from his navel, when he was sleeping in Garbhodak ocean, from his navel a lotus sprouts and Brahmaji appears from that lotus. So he is called Padmaja, the one who is born out of Padma, lotus. So Anantakoti Vishnu Loka Namra Padmajarchite. All the Brahmas of all the lokas, all the universes that Lord Vishnu has ever created, they all namra, with so much awe and reverence, humbly, archite, they worship who? Radharani. Then he says Himadrija. Himadri means the daughter of Himalaya, Parvatiji. Pulomaja, the daughter of Puloma, who is the Shachi Devi, wife of Indra. Virinchija, daughter of Lord Brahma, Saraswati. Varaprade, they all beg for blessings from Radharani. Apara Siddhi Riddhi Digda Satpadangulinake. All the, unlimited siddhis, the mystic powers, opulences, Shri, all the beauty, they all are insignificant. They take shelter at the nail of the toe of the lotus feet of Radharani. So, and it is said that the whole beauty that there is in the whole creation, it is insignificant in comparison to the beauty, the effulgence of the toenail of Radharani. And that's why Lord Shiva says, Kada, when? Radharani, when Karishyasi, when will you bless me with the Kripa Kataksh, the side-long, merciful glance of you? So even Lord Shiva begs for blessings from Radharani. And we will try and discuss one more aspect, why Krishna had to come as Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So as we know, we discussed that they are indifferent. Radha and Krishna are one person. But then for Leela Aswadite, to take Aswadan of Leelas, they become two. One person becomes two. But then 500 years ago, then Krishna wants to understand what what sweetness she is experiencing in loving me. Then again, 500 years ago, he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, to understand that. So again, those who became two, again becomes one, takes one form, comes as Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Radha and Krishna combined. So he is Krishna who has got the mood and complexion of Radharani. So why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared? It's said in Adilila 99:100. Prema bhakti shikhaite apane avatari Radha bhava kanti dui angikar kari Shri Krishna Chaitanya rupe kaila avatara Eta panchama shlokera artha pracharam. So why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared? First of all, how he appeared? With Radha Bhav and Radha Kanti, with the Bhav, mood of Radharani, of love towards Krishna, and Kanti, the complexion, the golden complexion of Radharani. And why he appeared? Prema Bhakti Sikhayate, to teach all of us what is the goal of life, to attain Prema Bhakti, to attain love for Godhead. So he came to Sikhayate, to teach us. And how did he teach us that? By chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So he has established that to achieve this Krishna Prem, the way is chanting of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So when we say Hare, it's the vocative form of Hara. And it is, we are addressing Radharani and begging her to engage us in her service, and Hare comes before Krishna, and Hare, we say Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, so Hare comes before. So that is also indicating that Radharani comes before Krishna. Mercy of Radharani has to come before Krishna. Jai Shri Radha Giri Govardhan Dari Ki Jai. So this Hare Krishna Mahamantra is said that it is a sad cry of a jiva for mother, so that she reminds us of the Father, eternal Father Krishna, that we have forgotten, and the relationship we have forgotten. So in our Krishna consciousness movement, we in our Gaudiya Parampara, how we worship Radharani, we worship Radharani as the bestower of bhakti. She is the one who will give us bhakti, and we do that by chanting her names in Hare Krishna Mahamantra and by worshipping the deity form of Radharani. So, what is our Gaudiya mood? We will try to conclude now. What is our Gaudiya mood towards Radharani? That yes, we accept that we are unqualified to understand Radha Tattva. But, you know how it's said in Bhagavatam, Tatra laulyam api mulyam ekalam. I have greed. So yes, I'm unqualified, but Radharani, your mercy is unlimited. So I am unqualified, but because you are merciful, I am not disqualified. So I want to understand you. So that is our mode, that I want to know you. And what is to be understood in our Gaudiya understanding of Radharani is Manjari Bhav. Manjaris, so in Radharani's companions in Golok Vrindavan, there are Sakhis, there are Gopis, there are Manjaris. So Gopis are the one who share the same mode of loving, Madhurya Bhav towards Krishna. But Manjaris, they are the young maid servants of Radharani, who just facilitate. So they are happy, they don't aim to unite with Krishna, they aim to serve Krishna through Radharani. So they are happy just in Golok Vrindavan, they are happy carrying the messages between Radha and Krishna by decorating Radharani with flowers and just arranging, facilitating their leela. So similarly here in Golok Vrindavan, we can also try and carry the message that Krishna has given to the world, Bhagavad Gita. So, you know, when somebody tries to preach Bhagavad Gita, speaks on it, it's not that, you know, they are seeking some, we Gaudiya Vaishnava is seeking some, you know, glorification or some name or fame or something, we're doing it as a practice. Because because that is what we are supposed to do, carry the message. So we are seeking union with Radharani in service and not imitation of Radharani. See, we hear some bhajans like, for example, Mirabai. There is a Radhastami bhajan. She says, "Hare varera kai parani ju, janam janam mar jai, var parani ju sabru, maru chudlo amar hai jai." Then why marry husband who will die life after life? I want to now marry the one who will never die, and that way that I will always be a married woman. Sometimes hard to explain the regional things in English. Anyways, so then we are trying to say her mood is to be one with Krishna. So some parts, in some sampradayas, they will think of becoming Radha or replacing Radha. But as far as we Gaudiyas are concerned, we clearly realize that we don't want to replace Radharani. We just want to serve her. So Radha Dasya, as we said in the beginning of the class, the goal of Gaudiya is Radha Dasya only. So we are just trying to please Krishna through Radharani. Krishna is conquered only by Radharani's love, and the path to Krishna goes through the smile of Radharani. So that is what we are doing our entire life. That is the aim of our whole sadhana, our chanting, our deity worship, everything that we do, all the service we do. That is the goal. That just like Lord Shiva says that Kada Karishyasi Hamam Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam. Our goal is that one day somehow Radharani casts her merciful sidelong glance upon us, pleased by our service. So we approach Krishna through Radharani. So Srila Prabhupada gave a beautiful explanation how what happens when somebody serves. So Srila Prabhupada says when somebody does some service, Radharani tells Krishna that see, here is your devotee and his devotion to you is so great, he is greater devotee than me. So Radharani recommends us to Krishna that please accept him. So on Radhastami, Radhastami is also known as Festival of Flowers. So Radhastami, devotees decorate the altar and the whole temple with flowers, as if they turn the whole temple into Vrindavan, so that whoever, how flowers blossom and they bloom, and they spread their fragrance. So the mood is that whoever walks into these doors this evening to have darshan of Radharani, Radharani spreads the fragrance of bhakti in their heart. So, and also, Radhastami Abhishek is also done with flowers. So, we offer this Pushpanjali and we pray to Radharani that Radharani, please be merciful on us and take me back to Krishna. Krishna is yours. And we know that he is not dependent. Krishna is Radharani's property. And we take our Guru and we take our Parampara as Radharani's representatives. So, to conclude, we'll say that we serve, to serve Radharani, we serve our Guru, we serve our Parampara, we serve the Krishna consciousness movement, and we have the mood that they are representatives of Radharani and they are representatives of mercy of Radharani. So there is so much more that should be said about Radharani, but as we said in the beginning of class, first of all, I'm poor with my intelligence, poor with my memory, and I'm always time poor, always not enough time. So this is what we could say today in service of Radharani in her glorification. And Radha Krishna willing, one day we will get some chance again, then we will dwell more into this Radha Tattva, and one day we will be ready to relish the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So we pray for that day, and in the meantime, we conclude our session for today. Shri Radharani ki jai, Shri Radhastami Mahamahotsav ki jai. If anyone has any questions, not that I'll be able to answer anything about Radharani, but if anyone has any questions or any mistakes I've made and have any corrections or realizations, there are senior devotees here. If you want to share something, please enlighten us.
I don't have any questions. Just what the Shiva sings. Where can we find that? So
Radha Kripa Kataksh Stotra Madhuri, search in Google. Radha Kripa Kataksh Stotra. I also came to know about this through Viraj Krishna Prabhu. His mother used to daily sing this. And after he told me, I also started singing it daily, and I memorized most of the shlokas. And somehow my younger one, he also, because hearing with me again and again, that is what I sing to putting him to bed. Somehow he also remembered so many of them, and it's very, very glorious. We must recite it on Radhastami. Kataksh Stotra.
very good.
Kuch bhi nahi, I just tried to share something, but my memory is so bad. I have to keep looking in my notes and.
Just one conclusion I got here. Excuse me, you mentioned internal and Bahiranga Shakti. Both are Shaktis, Maya, Mahamaya and
Yogamaya.
Yogamaya. Okay.
Yogamaya is external. Mahamaya is internal.
So Mahamaya, here you said Durga is the Bahiranga Shakti, but is there a particular example name for internal?
Internal, yes, we said that is Yogamaya.
We call it as Yogamaya.
Yogamaya.
There is no name particularly like Durga or something. So you mentioned it as a Durga as a...
Durga is one of them. So there are many forms of Yogamaya, many forms of external energy as well. Many forms of internal energy as well. Like because I wanted to go to Aladini Shakti. So we talked about internal energy, and then we talked about categories of internal energy that Samved, Sandhini and Aladini. So we see that there are further categories of internal potency as well. So same goes for Bahiranga Shakti. But time is limited. There is so much revealed in Chaitanya Charitamrita, but because I wanted to go to the head.
So just for basic understanding, internal potency is like Mahamaya or Yogamaya.
Yogamaya, the one who facilitates all the Leela, makes them forget that God is God.
And the internal Bahiranga Shakti, we keep it as Durga, which
makes
she can facilitate also, and if you want to progress in bhakti, she will facilitate, or she.
No, I think you are getting this. External potency. So just like mother punishes, the internal you remember as the mother caresses. So she will facilitate all the leela. But external potential you remember as mother punishes. So if the jiva wants to go away from Krishna, then she keeps them. Yogamaya makes one forget that God is God. Maya makes one forget who I am. I am servant of Krishna. Makes one forget. So then one thinks that I am the enjoyer. I want to enjoy this material world. So she will facilitate them. So she will keep us in the mode of goodness, passion, ignorance, and keep us bound in this Durga.
Just to understand, like I can just try giving example. Like it is said that Mahamaya, she's so ashamed that she's keeping us bound in shackles. She doesn't want to go in front of Krishna, so she's always behind Krishna. So she always stays behind Krishna. She's like a shadow. So she cannot come in front of Krishna. She acts on us. But when Krishna in his pastimes, he forgets that he's God. That is because of Yogamaya. So Yogamaya facilitates pastimes for Krishna. Mahamaya for us Jivas, and main purpose for Mahamaya, like a Durga, because we are like, want to forget Krishna. So she keeps us in this Durga, that is why she's Durga. But she acts on Jivas. External potency is in this universes, but the internal potency, Yogamaya, she is working in Krishna's whole of the Vaikuntha and other inside spiritual worlds. And when Krishna comes to play pastimes here, her pastimes are all choreographed by Yogamaya as well, because like this is a spiritual world extension when he comes to do the pastimes in Bhaumya Vrindavan. Bhaumya means like earth Vrindavan, but the spiritual world or the spiritual Vrindavan, including the Vaikuntha's, it's the Yogamaya. Yogamaya is the internal potency, and she doesn't interfere with us. She's only for the pleasure of Krishna's pastime. So she does choreograph there. So that's her like scope. And Mahamaya, her scope is in our universe like a Durga. So she will make us forget. She makes us dance. Whereas Yogamaya makes Krishna dance. He forgets and he dances. But we forget and we dancing in this Maya. So this is Mahamaya, or the external potency of Bahiranga Shakti. So Bahiranga Shakti is for the external. We are external. Krishna's spiritual world, and when he does the pastimes here, it's internal. So Yogamaya. Yogamaya means add. So Yoga means add. Connect. So she connects, but Mahamaya, she actually punishes us because we want to stay separated.
Hare Krishna. Srimati Radharani ki jai.